Hello, here we are. Another day, another broadcast, another get together early in the morning. Welcome everyone to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together. Whoa, let me turn the woozy off. There you go. That way it won't create rumble on the microphone. Another broadcast, another day. It's great to see you. Today is July 27. It is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. And if all goes well, I've just activated a poll. Remember polls? I am slowly trying to get all the pieces reconnected so that we can enjoy all kinds of interactivity as we have enjoyed in the past. And we have a poll today about the movie The Night of the Iguana. I'm wondering if you've watched it, and I'm wondering if you have not. And the reason why we're wondering about these things has to do with something that we will reveal in a little while. But first, it is a pleasure to welcome you all to our morning broadcast. It is a pleasure to welcome friends that are watching live for the first time. If that fits your bill, just let us know by writing the word new, and we will be so very happy to find you during the second half of the broadcast and give you a nice little warm welcome. Also, if you have anything that is really important that you wish to bring up during the broadcast, just add the I'm sorry, I'm just reading some of your comments and they're really funny because they are. Anyhow, if you have something really important that you wish to bring up, please do so by adding a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment, and we will make sure that we look at those comments on the second half of the broadcast. As always, we have a variety of news things that we wish to share with you. Some of them are important, some of them are fun, but there's a little bit of everything today. And given the fact that we've started, we might as well, get started. Okay, in yesterday's morning press conference, President López Obrador announced a series of investments in Puerto Vallarta and the state of Nayarit, which are possible with a joint a combination of private and public resources. Some of these we were already aware of, and they include the highways between Puerto Vallarta and Tepic and the conclusion of the highway from Guadalajara to Puerto Vallarta. But President López Obrador also announced a new naval base that is being built in Las Varas, Nayarit, in what is known as Boca de Chila. I will show you that in a map in a second. And when concluded, this new naval base will not only be that, but also a pier, and it will feature beautiful public beaches for everyone to enjoy. And when the new highway is inaugurated, the new highway to Tepic, which is expected to be inaugurated in December of next year, remember that date because you know with highways everything can change, you'll be able to reach Boca de Chila from Puerto Vallarta in just 1 hour. He also announced that the lodging being built for tourists to be able to spend the night in the Marias Islands will be ready in 2 to 3 months. Lastly, President Lopez Obrador announced that 3 ferries have been purchased to be able to reach the Marias Islands from Mazatlan, San Blas, the new naval base at Boca de Chila, and also Puerto Vallarta. So let's take a quick look at the map, just as a reminder as to where all these things are located. Of course, we are down here, and there is Boca de Chila right here, and there's San Blas, where we've already seen photographs of the new facilities that were upgraded to be able to allow for ferries to go to the Maria Islands. And it is in the Maria Madre Island where we will be able to spend some time exploring once all this stuff gets inaugurated, which is very exciting if you ask me. But again, with all these government projects, we just need to wait and see when everything will fall into place. But it is good to see that there is some activity taking place. Now, how about last night's storm? It was fun to enjoy, that's for sure, but at a price. There were fallen trees, there were drained canals that couldn't handle the amount of rain, resulting in flooding, and of course, there were power outages throughout the entire city. Tropical Depression 7E quickly became Tropical Storm Frank, as we will see in a bit, and Frank is expected to turn into a hurricane in the coming days. It's summertime, and national budget airlines are now handling 65% of flights arriving in Puerto Vallarta. We are talking, of course, about both Viva Aerobus and Volaris, the airlines that we love to hate because they're budget and they are flaky, but they are there and they're doing their thing. Both airlines combined maintain over 20 weekly flights arriving in Puerto Vallarta, resulting in a notable increase in occupancy in our city since the beginning of this summer vacation period. Now, this one is so very interesting. It is easy to assume that all mining operation in San Sebastián del Oeste has stopped operating given the tranquility of the town. But there is a mine called La Terronera that is now raising eyebrows because it is operated by a Canadian company called Endeavour Silver. It is located north of the town of San Sebastián del Oeste, but within the municipality. And a meeting recently took place at the mine that was attended by San Sebastián Mayor Aurora Ponce and representatives of the tourism and environment sectors of the community. Apparently, there is a concern that the mine is resuming operations and it's doing a lot of things without little contact and little coordination with the administration of the municipality. So authorities are just hoping to create stronger bonds between the mine operation and the town as they are concerned about the natural resources within the municipality that could be abused, hopefully not, by this mining company. And this is one of those things that is flowing, and we will keep our eye on this should there be other headlines about it in the future. And speaking of resources, CEPAL has released another announcement. Now, we learned that there are going to be water shortages or low pressure today, starting at 10 a.m., in many colonias in El Pitillal, including Bobadilla, Coapinole, Pitillal Centro, and so forth and so on. Of course, this is part of the work that CEPAL does to keep its water pipes and its water supply network in check. And hopefully the service will indeed come back to normal by 8 p.m. at night today, as previously announced. Let's take a look at the weather forecast just to see what's going on out there. It may be cloudy now, but look on the bright side, you could be dead. Oh my goodness, that is our snarky weatherman at the top of his game, being positive and uplifting. Thank you very much. It is 26 degrees right now, feels like 30. Humidity is at 94%. And our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 79. If you want to know what's going to happen today we are going to have, we had rain until morning. I would like to assume that was the case. Starting again in the evening. We will have more rain later on today with a high of 31 and a low of 24. And tomorrow, rain in the evening and overnight with a high of 31 and a low of 24 once again. And then Friday, we will wrap up our work week with rain until morning, starting again in the evening with a high of 31 and a low of 24. Little by little, um, rain is getting here, and that is very exciting to see. Now, more on that. We have, of course, as we mentioned before, there is now a tropical storm called Frank, that is expected to follow the path of our coastline within the next few days. Frank is expected to turn Category 1 hurricane by Saturday, but by then it will be on its way out towards the Pacific Ocean. Still, our friends from Meteomex, one of the weather services in Mexico, have forecasted more rain and storms in many parts of Mexico, including Puerto Vallarta, for today. And now I have an update that is important, and we're going to share this in full detail. As you know, our friend Gina from Whiskey Kitchen had an unfortunate break-in into her Amapas location, and things got stolen. Nobody was hurt, but this happened because this happened overnight. But still, Gina is trying to find creative ways to recover from this, and she has put together a special gift certificate promotion in which, if you purchase gift certificates, you can purchase them with a 20% off discount, which means that if you want to gift someone 1,000 pesos worth of Whiskey Kitchen food, you only pay 80% of 1,000, and so forth and so on. You can choose whatever amount you want. Gina has offered her PayPal. She is in touch with WhatsApp, and she has even included an HSBC account number. And it says here, we can send electronically or deliver to you with some treats here in Puerto Vallarta. All support is loved and appreciated. And of course, we are going to support Gina as best as we can. We announced yesterday that we could easily put together an impromptu dinner at Whiskey Kitchen Versalles, and we would like to do that this coming week. How about Tuesday? Let me know if you would like to join me and have dinner at Whiskey Kitchen on Tuesday night. If you think you're going to be there, just write the word Tuesday in your comment. And what we want to do is simply get cash moving in her operation so that she can quickly recover from this very unfortunate event. Moving right along, it wouldn't be summer in Puerto Vallarta without yet another story of another crocodile that was busted. Well, not busted, because it's not like they're doing something wrong. They're just trying to find their way around what used to be their natural habitat before we started taking over. This time it happened in an empty lot across from Plaza Marina next to the Chevrolet car dealership. The specimen was already tagged with number 444, and 444 was relocated to the Ameca River to join the other crocs until they move out again and they get captured again and they get relocated again. And speaking of animals that are or maybe are not where they're supposed to be, this next one really made me laugh. There is such a thing as a beach called Pig Beach, located 45 kilometers from Mérida in Progreso, where pigs are allowed to just roam freely through the beach, and they are allowed to do this. Why? Because they clean the beach. How fun is that, to be hanging out on a beach where, well, this shouldn't be an excuse to get filthy or anything, but there is such a thing as a beach where if things get a little filthy, there are pigs to take care of the cleanup. This deserves a boom, boom. There you go. And last but not least, thank you. That was a car alarm, very loud car alarm. Let me come back to the polls and show you the results, because according to this 59% of you have seen The Night of the Iguana. 41% of you have not. My next question would be, if you have seen The Night of the Iguana, would you even remember what the characters looked like or what they were wearing? Now, I remember Pepe and Pedro, who were in charge of the luggage at the hotel, because they were always wearing a small bathing suit and they were playing maracas. Why are we concerned about this? Well, because I have learned that the next night at the museo, first Saturday at the museo, will actually be a party in which we are expected to wear Night of the Iguana outfits. Now, personally, I'm grinchy about these parties that expect you to wear specific clothes, so I'm just going to wear what I always wear. But that's just me. If you want to wear something that any of the characters from Night of the Iguana wore on the movie, well, you'd first have to watch the movie, I suppose, to remember what everybody was wearing. But if I see somebody sexy dressed up as Pepe or Pedro, I will make sure that I take some photographs during the event. As you know, first Saturdays at the museum take place on the first Saturday of every month, and I have enjoyed this party quite a bit because I run into like-minded individuals, Mexican, foreigners that enjoy art and culture, young, old, gay, straight, good movies. Good food, good music, and good wine. So there you have it. And now let's take a quick look at some of your comments just to see what everybody is up to today. Aside from wishing all of us good mornings, I wish you a good morning back. Betsy reports from Emiliano Zapata, huge rain here last night. Well, it was quite wet in my neighborhood as well. Just wanted to say that Kathy and I really appreciate the written introduction to your show. It usually makes us smile, and it's a great way to start the morning. Thank you very much, Stan. I appreciate the fact that you take note of that. Thank you so very much. This is the one that threw me off my tracks earlier on today. Alan made me smile when he said, Luna says, quit fucking with me. Luna likes to play rough, actually. She's really, really playful. As a matter of fact, so let's see what we have. 4 more days until my wife Sage and I are back in Puerto Vallarta. We are so excited. Yay! It's good to be back. I see you're holding a guitar, Ashley, what looks like a guitar. Are you here to perform, or tell us the scoop? If you're here to perform, we want to know more. If you just happen to be a musician, that is absolutely wonderful. Let's see what else we have. I think there's a pun competition going on. My naval base is called El Estómago, which means the tummy. I love it. Chris asks, how much rain did you get? I can tell you, Chris, I didn't measure it, but it looked like shitloads to me. Let's see. Frank appears to be moving too far out to sea to give us much rain, but hoping for some rain at least, because this is being a drier rainy season than normal. Rod, I also noticed that it's heading out quite a bit, but the forecasters seem to indicate that that rain is coming, so I think it's a good thing. Gina, it's so great to see you. Hugs, and we are bouncing back like a champ. I have no doubt of that. And it seems like we're going to crash you on Tuesday. I see some Tuesdays here from Raymond and from Judy and from Terry and from Mark and from Sage and from Colleen. Love it. So Betsy Ann is having dinner with us again. We haven't come up with a time, but let us come up with a time. I don't know what time works for everybody. I think, 6 o'clock dinner sounds good to me. I mean, I'm going to be there at 6. How about that? Let's have dinner on Tuesday at Whiskey Kitchen Versalles. What a great opportunity to help a dear friend. What a great opportunity to hang out with one another. So if you have friends that are not acquainted with a restaurant or are not acquainted with Coffee and Headlines, bring them along. Bring them along. Let us help Gina out. It'll feel good. It'll feel good, and who knows? We will just love it. Um, Chris says, we went to eat at Whiskey Kitchen last night and got trapped in the storm. Gina, was so sweet and took us home because we couldn't get an Uber or Lyft. She is such a great person with a wonderful heart. There you have it. This is beautiful. Um, would Whiskey Kitchen certificates with this discount have an expiration date? Asking for those of us who would like to help and are out of town, but we will be in Puerto Vallarta this winter. That is a beautiful, very pertinent question, Sherry. I'm going to hope that Gina is still with us today and she can answer the question herself. If not, the Gina's email address will be included in the show notes so that you can ask this question directly with her. And Sheila chimes in with that same question. This is a great question indeed. Um, let's see. Betsy Ann says, I have been in Progreso. Don't remember the pigs on the beach. Well, this could be a new thing. I don't know. I don't know when they started pigging out on the beach. Eric, it's great to see you. I hope you're recovering from your finger surgery, and I hope that your weapon of finger destruction is feeling better this morning. And of course, you remember the shirtless dudes as well. If I had a Pepe or Pedro body, not buddy, body. If I had a cuerpo that looks like Pepe or Pedro, I would actually go in my bathing suit, but you don't want to look at me. You really don't want to look at me. Oh, Raymond, of course. Thank you very much. Raymond says beach blanket bacon. Thank you, Raymond. We couldn't do this without you. Ooh, Butterfingers. I'm not going to say no. What can I tell you, Sage? I'm going to trade Butterfingers for a little crochet gift. How about that? That way I'll get something wonderful and you will hopefully get something that you find wonderful as well. Kate turns 39 again. I don't know if you're referring to Tuesday when you were having dinner or if you're referring to today, but if it's either one of those, we still wish you a happy birthday. And yes, well, I mean, that's my scientific explanation. We got a shit ton of rain. How wonderful. Ashley tells us that his guitar is a Gibson SG. That's a good guitar. Got it as a birthday from wife. I'm not a guitarist, but I'm a musician. You may or may not know this. I went to school at Berklee College of Music in Boston, and then I went to New England Conservatory. So it's always great to connect with musicians, and I'm sure you're going to have a great time hanging out with other musicians in town. Maybe you can join a jam session or something. Oh, great question. Brian asks, have you ever been to Tianguis Mojoneras, good or bad? Well, I personally have not ever been there, Brian, but I have driven past it, and it is crazy. It is huge. I understand that it starts very early in the morning, and it is blocks and blocks and blocks, and it is amazing. And I've never been, but I've heard from people that have been, and they have a lot of fun. I would certainly recommend it, even if I haven't been there. So there you have it. And Sage says, would you make a Paco signature crochet necklace? If you want a necklace, you get a necklace. I was thinking of something else, but I'm happy to gift you a necklace, Sage, in exchange of some Butterfingers. That seems only fair. And this, my friends, brings us to the end of this broadcast. How fun! It's Wednesday, and we already have a get-together to look forward to this coming Tuesday, which will not only be fun, but it will be a great opportunity to do something good for and with someone we appreciate very much. That feels good, doesn't it? I hope you have a great day. I hope you don't get caught in the rain. And if you get caught in the rain, just bring your plastic bag so that all your electronic devices are well protected. And don't be afraid of getting a little wet. It feels good. It feels good. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao.